Look at that one.
Alrighty, we just wrapped up stop number 4 of the Tackle Warehouse Invitationals on Pickwick, and Banks Shaw got it done. Banks, you are a Tennessee River superstar. You've caught them at Chickamauga, you catch them at Gunnersville, wherever, whenever. Congrats, man, it was incredible.
Thank you, I really do appreciate it. I'm excited to get out there today and catch some fish.
All right, well, you caught them a few different ways. We got a little overcast this morning. We're starting pretty early. Can we get on a little shad spawn deal?
Oh yeah, I think we'll be able to get out there and catch some.
All right, let's go. All right, so Banks, we're set up here. What are we looking at? What are we trying to do?
Oh, we're kind of just throwing out there on a bar where there's a ton of bait fish slid up on top of it. There's a shad spawning going on right there, and there's fish in them feeding on them right now.
This was pretty much how you started your morning, day 2, day 3, right?
Yep.
Did you do this day 1 or?
No. Oh my God.
Ooh. Got him.
That's what I mean by speeding it up. I fired that fish up in the bite now. Oh, it's a white bass.
Interesting.
It's a good sign though. Good mixture of fish up there feeding.
Okay.
A lot of times, like especially out here on Pickwick, the white bass run with the largemouth. I mean, if you find any kind of like predator fish like that feeding on bait, I mean, there's gonna be bass close by normally. A lot of times they'll just mix right in them, and the schools of white bass out here are huge. There's so many white bass in here. A lot of times it's, oh.
Another bite?
Yeah, it's hard to compete with the white bass, but a lot of times it'll actually just fire up the bass because white bass are kind of dumb, so you can get them fired up and trick the bass because a lot of times the white bass can't eat your bait. So the bass sees the white bass struggling to eat something and just comes in there and eats it. Yeah, like speeding it up, reeling into them so good because like if they miss it, like you don't pull it away from them really. Like it just looks like the shad's like running from them, and they'll get so fired up. Like a lot of times, like if it's little too, they'll come up and hit it, and you'll feel them bite, but they won't get it, and you speed it up, and it gets like the group fired up, and it'll get a bigger bite. Yeah, like my biggest one day 2, that's exactly what happened.
There we go.
Just stole your fish.
He did. That's probably right where that other one was.
It's a little guy.
Nice work.
Ooh.
Obviously you got the cast now, and during the tournament too, you were catching them casting downstream some.
Yeah.
Explain like what the deal is with that, because that's not a normal everyday thing.
Yeah. So right now we're sitting a little above where the fish are. We're kind of at a weird angle on them, but the current's rolling like this right here, and we're making like a sideways cast across them. So it's kind of drifting down across the like where the fish are, and it's just a different angle for them. Like most of the shad and most people will bring their bait right down current. So just to bring something a little bit of across them at a weird angle will make a difference. They just don't really know what to think about it, and they just bite it, I think.
Okay. I mean, they're definitely biting it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've been making the same cast. I think we've had, oh my gosh. There was a bite. Hand slipped off the reel, missed that one.
I feel like you're getting bit about, it seems like every cast or every other.
Yeah, it's pretty much every other cast. There's definitely a good little group on there. There could be more there than there was yesterday already. There he is.
Might be a good one. Nope.
Solid one. That looks like a brown one.
It's interesting, you know, our mixed species were up here.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the pot of bass is obviously right down here.
Brown one. I think that's
smallmouth action.
That was almost a double up.
Almost. See ya.
Just barely a non-keeper, probably.
I would assume so.
That's where they are, is right there. That's where I've got all the bites. That one was farther than I was expecting it to be.
Okay. Are you letting it sink till it hits the bottom?
Yeah.
Or? Okay.
Yeah, I'm letting it hit bottom. Kind of slow rolling. I like to keep contact with the bottom throughout my cast. Like if you hit bottom,
There we go.
That's a big one.
That is a good one. Let's go. Nice.
Solid one.
Good work, dude.
Choked it.
Gosh, he got that thing. That is awesome.
Chunky one.
So, Banks, we've been crushing them on the ChatterBait here this morning. And you caught a lot of fish on it in the tournament too, especially day 2.
Yep.
Give us the lowdown on this thing, because it's a pretty kind of specialized bait, it seems like.
Yeah, it's just a 3/4 ounce ChatterBait, and it's a shad pattern color pretty much, and I got a 5.5 Spunk shad on here, Tennessee Magic color, and kind of just what they think it is, just a shad swimming by. Like, it kind of has the blade, so it gives it a rolling action. Like, that's been a super big deal recently. Just if you have a rolling bait, it works better than others. So throwing it out there, letting it hit bottom, and just slow rolling it back and firing them up. Like, whenever they'll bite it, I speeded it up on them, and it kind of just fires up the bigger fish whenever a smaller one bites it and can't get it, and you speed it up away from them.
And the 3/4 is like pretty key, right?
Yeah, the 3/4 is just a certain depth. I mean, I'm throwing it in like 8 foot, 10 foot, so it's really the only one you can keep down there. You could slow roll a 1/2 ounce over and probably still get some bites. You can maybe even throw 1.25 ounces out there. I'm sure you could get bit on it. It's just, it seems like this is about the perfect size for them, a 3/4 ounce.
And then I guess the last thing, like rod, reel, line, you got a beautiful setup.
Yeah, I'm throwing it on an NRX. This is a 7.4 heavy with a Daiwa Zillion and 17-pound line. I like the 17-pound line just because if I get a 4-pounder, I feel comfortable flipping them on 17-pound line. And this is a heavy bait, so it's really easy for them to sling. Like, as you can see this morning, I think the biggest one we had, it slung it out there. So that's just how it goes sometimes. I was fortunate enough to keep every fish on this week that I hooked on a ChatterBait, especially day 2. Those were some key bites that I got in the boat on it, and that's really about it.
Well, you got to get on the road to Guntersville here.
Yep.
Dial them in for that Toyota.
Mm-hmm.
You're on a 4 top 10 streak, I think,
Yep.
on the Invitationals. You're leading Angler of the Year. What's it been like, man? I mean, this year has been awesome for you so far.
Yeah, it's been a crazy year. I mean, I was kind of like in the air about even signing up for these tournaments, because it's like these are big tournaments for like a college kid still. I've never really fished anything this big. I mean, this year I fished my first like Toyota Series circuit. I've just kind of hopped in a couple and fished small tournaments before this. So to be leading AOY my first year fishing like a big trail like this is pretty crazy. I mean, this year I haven't really thought about the AOY thing. I've just kind of tried to do my best, like catch as many fish as I can, to try to keep that off my mind. And I think that's helped me a lot, and that's what I'm going to continue to do throughout the year. Just worry more about like the top 5 for the BBT than winning AOY.
All right. Tell me how it felt to win this thing. Because, I mean, that last day, you had a good bag, but the way the weights were coming from behind, I mean, it couldn't have been, it's probably nerve-wracking out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I was definitely freaking out pretty much most of the day. I didn't think I had it at any point throughout the day. I mean, I figured, like, I had a pretty strong morning like I have the past 2 days. The first day was really slow. I didn't get a limit till like 10 o'clock. So, I mean, I knew I had a good bag. I mean, I knew I was going to be top 2 more than likely with what I had. So that was kind of keeping me calm after losing the big fish. I thought I kind of threw it away, but I was like, oh, well, I'm going to be leading AOY. There's not much better I could ask for. So
oh gosh, this is it.
Big.
You found the cast.
I think we've made that cast like 10 times.
I do feel like we've made, yeah. I'll make it one more time just in case. Is that a smallmouth?
No.
No. Yes.
Oh, that right there's a pig.
Look at the belly, dude. That's awesome.
Yep, that might be one of those ones that's not gonna spawn.
Good fish, man.
Been eating good. It's probably a 4.5 pounder right there.
Well, I tell you what, man, it does not get any better than that. Congratulations.
Give me some. Thank you.
What a win.
Gosh.
What a day 5. Man, the myth, the legend. Thanks, Shad.